Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl. And today my dog Radcliffe and I were heading down to the Everglades to go camping. Oh, sorry about my thumb. We're going camping in Flamingo. And if you haven't seen, the New York Times put out their 52 must-visit destinations for 2024. And Flamingo is the only Florida city recognized. I'm thrilled about that because, as you may or may not know, I spent at least 3 years living and working in Flamingo. So come with me on this little adventure. Excited, Rad? All right, away we go. There are two ways to get to Everglades National Park as to where I'm going. One is I-75, which is Alligator Alley, and the other is just cutting across US 41, and that's my preferred way because I prefer the scenery. Yeah, it's a 2-lane highway, and if you get behind a truck, it could become a bummer, but I really enjoy the scenery, and just reminds me how much of Florida is still preserved, even though there's a lot of development happening. And this is wild Florida cutting across here. Made it to the park, stopped to take a selfie. All right, so I made it to Flamingo Lodge in Everglades National Park. I'm actually staying in the campground. I got my tent set up. It probably took longer than it should, but just gonna get camp set up, gonna try and catch the sunset, grab some dinner at the lodge, and yeah, I'm gonna see the lodge up close. I drove by it, and yeah, having worked there and lived there in the 90s and 2000 brings me shivers. So this is the new Flamingo Lodge. Wow. Kind of gives me vibes of the one I used to live in. Kind of almost has the same layout, but these are all like, I guess repurposed shipping containers. There's no first floor, unlike the original lodge. There was a first floor. If I can find a picture of it, I will include that. Single heron. Wow. Looks really nice. So I'm gonna quickly run into the restaurant. Obviously Radcliffe cannot go with me, but I'm gonna grab some food. So I'm going up to the restaurant. Hopefully get some food to go. So the old restaurant used to look out over Florida Bay. This looks over the Guy Bradley Trail. That's okay. So the restaurant used to be located a different spot. This is where the original lodge was located. I think it's cool with the shipping container conversion. okay, just picked up my dinner. I got coconut shrimp and they did not have the conch chowder, which I was hoping they would have. But looks like it's gonna be a nice sunset. I'm just gonna walk along the rooms. So for perspective, the restaurant and registration is here. And then the guest rooms are here. It's nice, there's little picnic tables there. Looks like a little grill as well. Let's see. The parking underneath the lodge. Nice. Nice picnic area, grill. Okay, so I'm taking said dinner and we're going out to the amphitheater to watch the sunset and hopefully eat dinner. Hopefully the bugs are not too bad. I mean, they are pretty bad right now, but we shall see. Radcliffe has to go. It's a coconut fried shrimp. It's not what it used to be, but I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. Looks like this sauce. Oh, that looks interesting, looks good. All right, let's see what the soup looks like. I wanted the conch chowder, but they didn't have that, so I got the tortilla soup. So here's the soup. Something that's missing is a spoon. I didn't think to grab one because the gal handed me the whole package. I don't see napkins as well. But anyway, it's all good. I can just slurp this up. I do have a spoon in the campsite, but I'm not gonna go back there for the spoon. So the Guy Bradley Trail starts over there, goes along basically along the perimeter of Florida Bay and the resort. But we're not gonna do that right now because I'm sure it's mosquito-y because we're about half hour, I think, from the sunset. That's the amphitheater. There used to be like a screen there. Obviously one of the hurricanes took it out. But this is basically the group camping area, but looks like it's closed because of the potential flooding. But it looks like it's gonna be maybe looks like it's gonna be a cotton candy sunset. I know I haven't explained a lot with my relationship with Everglades National Park other than living here. Perhaps if you read my blog, you know, but being here is therapeutic. It's nice inhaling the salt air. Oh, it's vegetation here. It's very earthy scent. Yes, and I have my trash. We definitely could have taken another trail because we're a little muddy now. That's okay. Didn't really get to see the sunset per se, but see the sky's changing color. All right, it's about time to call it a night. It's only about 7:45, but Radcliffe is already tuckered out. I'm inside my tent. Camping is a lot of work. It takes a lot of preparation. And I left my selfie stick inside the car, sorry. But I'm going to read it for a little bit. I'm reading this, So Long as It's Wild, by Barbara Jenkins, and it reminds me of so much of my national park days so far. All right, so yeah, see you in a little bit. I'll tell you about my night. It's the bathroom. Solar panels. That's what heats the showers. And that's my car. That's where my tent was set up. We are ready to rock and roll. Mosquitoes are, they're not totally horrible, but they're bad. I've seen them worse, but it's just time to go explore other parts of Flamingo. So they do have 2 showers. I chose not to use them. I've used them in the past though. And 4 bathroom stalls in this bathroom. And 2 sinks. This is the B loop of the campground. Obviously it's not being used. I had a very quiet night camping. After 10 o'clock came along, when quiet hour started, it was very peaceful and quiet. I could hear the mosquitoes buzzing outside and just knocking at the tent. And the clouds parted and I could see stars from my tent, and it was just spectacular and beautiful. Great experience. So this is heading out of the B loop after passing the Coastal Prairie Trailhead. Coastal Prairie Trailhead. Mother Nature's doing her thing. Morning shot of the eco tents, which this would be like glamping in the eco tents. They just don't take dogs, although they must have service animals. Although service animals must be allowed, because I did see a woman and her dog yesterday and it had a little vest on. Alright, so when I worked here in the 90s, this underneath was the gift shop, and upstairs, oh, also it was the Buttonwood, like a casual restaurant. And then upstairs was the dining room, the Flamingo dining room. Wasn't necessarily fancy, but it was a little more proper than downstairs Buttonwood. And then over there was the visitor center. And I'm sorry, my dog's pulling me. This all looks the same. Now in the 90s, this was not pink, and they changed this color several years ago to be more in line as to what it looked like when it was originally built. The view's still the same. But yeah, right there used to be the Buttonwood Cafe, and then the gift shop. Here's breakfast from the restaurant. It is basically a veggie burrito. Well, no meat added, scrambled eggs, spinach. I'm not sure what else. Looks like pepper maybe, and then a fruit cup. We are going to enjoy this, meaning my dog and I, along the shores of Florida Bay. Flamingo provides access to world-class fishing. We got some anglers out here today, as expected. Yeah.
El Nino's keeping it wet down here.
For sure. So this is the downstairs of the visitor center. And this is where the gift shop used to be. So we're over at the marina, parked at the marina store. I met up with a friend who used to work here. He's back working. He hasn't been here all this time, but it's always nice to see familiar faces. We see each other on social media, but it's always nice seeing each other in person. Strangler fig. But this is the back side of the marina. See, the water is a little brown. It's from tannic acid. It's kind of like stained like tea. Look at that strangler fig. This tree is so cool. Well, you have the strangler fig, stringwin. I'm not sure what tree it's around. Oh, it's a palm tree. But the palm tree is dead. And there's like holes in that tree, so birds probably living in there. So cool. So they do houseboat rentals here. Oh, crocodile ran. Or was that alligator? We're not gonna get too close to find out. Come here. Ooh, it's a crocodile. Try and zoom in. It's American crocodile. Just another side of the marina. Still the back countryside. In a little bit, we're gonna go on the Florida Bay side. It is all divided by what's called the plug. I don't know if it has another scientific name, but we just always called it the plug. She right here might be good. So that's where the crocodile is, the second crocodile. This is the plug. Separates the backcountry from Florida Bay. The backcountry is brackish, Florida Bay is salt. It's an osprey nest, and there's actually, I saw an osprey pop her head up. This is the Florida Bay side. Let's look for some manatees. Oh, there's a manatee. There's a manatee, Red. That's what you wanted to see. It's a manatee. Hey, manatee. There's multiple manatees. Come here, Red. I've seen manatees multiple times, but I always get excited seeing them. Oh, hey, manatee. So this is the full view of the marina. Pretty cool seeing a manatee like that. The marina store, and then next is the activity booth where they have fuel sales. Boat tour. So that's the fish cleaning station on the backcountry side. I guess we're only side because there isn't one on the bay side. And I'm just here with my zoom lens to see if I get a better picture of the crocodile. This is the original Flamingo gas station. As you can tell, it's like 1950s, 1960s architecture. When I worked here, it was the post office and then became storage. So I do see signs that says celebrate the Everglades National Park 75th anniversary, but I think that was last year. And about 27 hours after my journey began, it's time to head home. As Marjorie Stoneman Douglas said, there are no other Everglades in the world. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and remember, life is too short, so always say yes to adventure.